to another inspiring episode of Stories Untold. Do you remember when COVID-19 hit South Africa in 2020? We had to learn a new way of doing things, a new way of working, and on how to run businesses. However, many businesses went under and never recovered. Young people became creative on how they start their own businesses, contribute to the economy, and empower each other to access opportunities.
Mpho Lethabo Foundation is a youth-led non-profit organization founded by Lethabo in 2020. During quarantine, Lethabo discovered a gap between urban schools and township schools, and she gathered her two friends Lethabo and Thato Sikwane to help fill the gap.
Mpho Lethabo is actually a direct translation to Gift of Happiness, which is a youth-led Mpho where we aspire to encourage the youth that is impoverished, that is under the stigma of being from the hood. Essentially, we're trying to eradicate them from their own environment to live a more fruitful and positive lifestyle.
We also have End Period Poverty campaign being our first, the Mental Health and GBV Awareness campaign. We have a skills development program that is underway, and we also have our exam care package program. The End Period Poverty campaign aims to educate young women and also young men about menstrual health hygiene, and essentially we want to destigmatize the whole periods in general. We just want to destigmatize that, and especially with the young boys as well, because they are going to be fathers, they are uncles, they are cousins, they have female classmates. So we just want to ensure that they themselves are also educated on what women actually go through during their periods, and also the young ladies on how to better take care of themselves during that time of the month and not have to miss school because they do not have the resources to take care of themselves.
The Stories Untold team drove to Nkosi's Haven, to one of the shelters adopted by Mpho Lethabo Foundation.
Because we have such a love for just young kids and babies, we love to spend time with them at Nkosi's Haven, again, where we play games with them, where we spend time with them outside of their caretakers, where they've shown a lot of interest in us being there, in that we have so much fun and they don't want us to leave. We have assisted many students from the ages of 16 to, I'd probably even say 23, but also as well as the younger generation too, such as kids from Nkosi's Haven, which we have been fortunate to adopt as our second home for initiatives. So it has been helpful in growing from bana to adults, in that we nurture the young kids in giving them time and attention. We nurture teenagers in giving them time and attention, giving them essentials that they would need to thrive in their time.
Cynthia, the house mother of Nkosi's Haven, let us in on how the Mpho Lethabo Foundation assists them.
Sometimes abantwana bethu baba abafuna ukukhuluma nathi because thina bathi si old fashioned ngithi thina sibadala. Sometimes ezinye izinto bayasaba ukuthi basitshele, but uma kunabantu abayang njengabo mabefikile la baenda babaza ngithi, so bazothola ichance ukuthi babuza ama question and then baba advise lapho bengaba advisor, and kuba lula for abantwana bethu ukuthi bathathe lawo ma advice because babezwa ngabanye abantu from outside. When Mpho Lethabo came, that was our platform to say, okay guys, please deal with them.
As thina abantwana base Nkosi's Haven isizile sibe ne confidence la sihamba khona, sifile si important. Enye into ukuthi abasenzele ukuthi basiphe ama pets as abantwana base Nkosi's Haven. Abafiki baletha ama pets kuphela, bafike bakhulume nathi, basimotivate, babe ngama mentor ukuthi njengami, because mina vele bengishaya esikoleni nginokuskipha amalanga mangisesikhathini sama periods.
Thank you so much for helping us with the sanitary. It really helps a lot of us. It makes us happy. It makes us feel comfortable.
Basixhasile, basiphakamisa, basibamba ngezandla, la singena support khona bafika bona baba like abantu bafana ne shield kuthi noma like sekuthiwa kunama bullet azayo bona maka bayi shield yokusiprotector.
Our primary site is Blue Eagle High School in Cosmo City, and we've assisted them with the psychometric testing in terms of our mental health campaign. We've done the matric dance drive with them. We've done career guidance with them as well.
Lisedi Monameti, a former high scholar at Blue Eagle High School, lets us in on how the Mpho Lethabo Foundation has been of assistance.
They actually came to my school while I was in matric last year, and they taught us about what is anxiety, what is depression, what is mental health, what do you do when you are experiencing these type of things, where can you go. They told us that they're in partnership with VERT and some of the postgraduates that will be assisting with counseling if we ever feel like we're in need. And they also told us about gender-based violence and femicide, so it's abuse of both, not just women and girls, but also men and boys. So they were raising awareness and educating us about stuff like that. I was happy that there are people out there who are willing to help if I were to go through anything like that.
Not only does the Mpho Lethabo Foundation give back with essentials, but they also ensure that the young people get to enjoy themselves as well.
Matric Dance Initiative we had last year, and essentially we tried to make it a day that, is enjoyable for all of them. We had makeup artists, we donated some dresses and shoes, we had photographers, we had our very own in-house DJs, being Tato, our secretary, and Kumo as well. She's a DJ. And we basically just provided entertainment, the dresses and the shoes, the makeup, just the vibe for them so that they can also have like a special day as well, because not everybody is as privileged to have those big matric dances that we always see on your TikTok and Instagram. So we just wanted to bring that experience to them as well.
We had our matric dance last year, so they assisted with makeup for those who can't afford to get the makeup done, and they also offered to take pictures. We didn't pay anything.
The co-founders of the Mpho Lethabo Foundation offer words of encouragement.
Words of encouragement that I would offer to them would be essentially starting in your community. So the saying that says charity starts at home, that's how we started. We started here around in our area, and we gathered our friends who support the same vision or who would like to be part of an initiative like that, of making any sort of change.
As simple as it is, it's just to start. You have an idea that has been graced by God since you have it. So now take it as your blessing to pursue it.
Welcome back to Stories Untold. What you see as rubbish or waste, it could be someone else's jewel. Banele Ndlovu tried to succeed academically, but when he realized it wasn't for him, he decided to start his own waste management and recycling business company.
Every Friday, 4 young entrepreneurs from Mpho, Soweto get up early in the morning to start their day. Their business involves cleaning their community's black wheelie bins and recycling bottles, turning trash into treasure. Banele Ndlovu is a 22-year-old man who started his dustbin washing business and bottle recycling at his mother's corner house in Mpho. His idea came after he noticed the gap between environmental issues and the population in his township, as well as the need to combat the unemployment rate. Furthermore, he aims to keep the streets of Soweto clean.
My neighbor used to wash his bin every Friday. So I was like, can I also use your hose to wash my bin? 3 weeks into that trend, he was like, please wash my bin for me, because he has a store. So he was like, I want to go stock some things for my shop, and you go ahead and wash my bin. I did that the following week, and as I was doing that, he kept on giving me some money, and I was like, okay, this is something. After quarantine, I could say late 2020 going into 2021, when the restrictions were starting to ease off, I saw that a lot of people actually, the dynamics of COVID-19 changed how people were living. And I was like, most definitely I'm gonna do something about this situation. And that's when I started my bin washing business. No one likes to be financially unstable, right? I could see there was kind of like a curve that I was turning into. 3 months down, me washing bins alone, Lethabo came along. Lethabo is actually the co-founder. Our company name is Khabiso ya Lefatshe, Decorating Earth, because that's what we believe we're doing. I could say me and Lethabo worked for like 1 year and a couple of months together. So we actually the foundation of all of this. We understand it more than anybody else. And we dragged along some of the people that we are actually seeing today. And I could actually say we worked with over 50 people.
The business started with just 5 bins and now has grown to approximately 50 bins. The young men start their day at 8 a.m. every Friday. They go around the neighborhood to collect the bins from different households.
He's helping us a lot because he has amadustbin banokuthatha isikhathi bangawalandi and ayanuka abaneyibungu, but this guy came as a 911, because now he takes them and he washes them and they smells nice. One thing that I like about him, you always have this energy. Uyabulisa akubuze njengomuntu omdala sesigugile phela. Akubuze injani impilo, idustbin yakho ikanjani, and then bese end of the day ayithathe ayocleanela yona ayibuyise futhi. The spirit that he has and the team asebenza naye, they are always on point.
Since I started this recycling, when the community are in a cleaner place. I'm sure you know the bottle, I plastic, I box because of him. So since I started this recycling, it improved our community a lot. The business I push on, it's one of the business but and another commitment to my business.
I always say to him, I love your work. Because nabantwana laba abancane mabebuya esikolweni, they come and assist him. You understand? So he's grooming these young guys from at a very early age, ukubabonisa their responsibilities. And nalama gents ahlala like us, uyawathatha asebenze nawo. And kuhlale kuclean naseyitradini zethu na everywhere. He's willing, he has that passion. He's a leader with a vision that always executes izinto zakhe in a proper way.
Banele's efforts to combat the rising numbers of unemployment have helped these young men put food on their table for their families.
I actually work with Banele in terms of recycling and washing bins. We actually have a second branch and we are actually working on expanding and taking over the communities in all types of angles, employment and teaching them about the environment in terms of recycling and how it actually can help us to grow as a community and people at large. And we would like actually the government to recognize us and actually fund us or help us to grow in terms of how we can run the business, because it's actually something that can help the community and the world at large, because it's actually about recycling, reusing and reducing our environment, making it safe for everyone.
For a year now, we're doing class recycling. So what I do is I sort out the classes and the metal caps from the classes, and then also the plastics or paper to make sure there's only classes, and also the returnables that we sort out, we put them one side, and then the non-returnables is the ones that we salvage and fill up in those recyclable bags over there. Since like the unemployment rate is high, I'm able to like use my spare time besides sitting at home, and I'm also able to provide for my family like the basic needs. Even though we know unemployment rate is high, we try also to like help other people as like a local source of employment, even though it is informal, but we try and help where we can, and also especially for the youth, as it's like a youth-run business, it really helps us as the youth to find hope in terms of like being environmentally friendly and also helping our community.
Welcome back to Stories Untold. Young people are always told to strive to be job creators instead of being job seekers. Mpho started his food joint after he was retrenched in 2021. He's been able to employ several young people who can feed their families on a day-to-day basis.
Mpho Nkomo has become a synonymous name with the art of smoked meat in Soweto. His business started in the modest backyard of his grandmother's home in Chiawelo.
Okay, after ukuthi ngidle le nyama yashintsha life yami. So ngoba ngumuntu curious, so I always ask questions nanoma ngisafunda isikolo, so ngafuna ukwazi ukuthi iyenzwa kanjani lento lena. So I did research yami, and then nge-advantage ukuthi I can build izinto ngensimbi, ukufabricate izinto from scratch. So I understood science smoking. So at University of YouTube, ngibukela ngapha nokuthi ngiyabona someone ayenza ngapha, ngiunderstand science ngoba ngiyazibuilda yimi engizosenza ukuthi sisebenze njani. Yabona, so after ukuthi ngiphekele ifamily yami, then what's next? Business. So ngaqala kancane I struggled. Abantu bathi ngithengisa inyama echi. Yabona bathi ayini lo uyithengisa, why le nyama emnyama kanje? So bebangazi ukuthi kune chemical reaction, smoking nenyama, pepper, so kune chemical reaction. So I had to build a community lapho ngalabo bantu labo until mangilo ngiyenza repetition kula ngiba better again ngoba ichicken yami or brisket yami uqala nenja benyeke izidle. Yabona the way bengakhona. So yeah, so mangilo ngiyenza cale ngamakhanda wengulube, and then I moved chicken sausages, and then ngathi thing is challenge ngoba Texas la originator khona, la popular khona bayenza kakhulu a lot of brisket. So ngathi ithi ngizama brisket, so I did brisket half ilenye ngayimosha, and then mangilo ngizama njalo ngagcina sengibambile. Level oyenzayo kumnandi mawukhona ukufigure out something. It takes time, but kumele ube patient, kumele uwazi ukuthi yini engiyithandayo, and then ngakhona ukuthi ngiyenze every day lonto. And kumnandi mawuyenza into oyithandayo ngoba uvuka ukwatile, yabona. So iyenza lonto leyo, and then izokenzela uyiphushe lonto leyo ekugcineni, later on izokenzela imali. So abantu kumele bafike, not sonke esodla ngesikolo, but isikolo kumele ube naso ukuthi ukhona ukucommunicate nabantu. I-economy yasekhaya ready for change ngoba khona manje we are living in the creator world. So konke umuntu une TikTok, noma mama une TikTok. So akusafani nakudala bo 2002 ukuthi i-internet beyinalabo bantu abafew. Khona manje sesine access singobuningi. So these videos lento besizibona TV sezikhona ku TikTok. Yabona bo YouTube sezikhona, YouTube seyipopular kakhulu, yiyo yokuqala yabona abantu bebapost into zabo before.
The aroma of slow-cooked meat has become a distinct feature of the mouth-watering platters that have made Something Smoked Roadhouse Barbecue a local sensation, attracting everyone to taste the delicious pieces of meat.
We saw go TikTok. That was the first place Mori when got TikTok, and then we were like, no, this is a gem. Like, we've never had this in Soweto. We used to try, but smokehouse, no.
With the barbecue, siya reach safe temperatures la so siwandlule yabona. Mase siwandlula so tenderize inyama yethu. So I smoke si penetrate until leyo temperature leyo. Yabona abo 165. And then after 165 ungaqala ukurap again, and then you tenderize your meat. But thina sinendlela yethu esenza ngayo, and then sibona ukuthi technique yethu yabona wonke umuntu une technique yakhe, but for beginners 165 is safe. Nami ngiqale ngayo 165 ungaqala urap lapho, and then for chicken 165 170 right chicken yakho.
The main important ingredient is they are smoked, and it's soft, it's delicious, nicely seasoned like odile, 3 meats. I've never had mac and cheese. So but I'm proudly South African mac and cheese. So odile mac and cheese as my side, and then the salsa, and then order the wings, the ribs, as well as pork.
His business has become the beacon of hope for other people in his area, as he employs young men and women to be part of the fast-growing business.
I started around 2022, so before the business iba yinkulu kangaka. So how it started, mina being collaborator naye, I was his photographer and helping him with content, you know, just to put him see for the business to grow. So so after that, business imasekhula, bese kufuneka more hands, you know, to cut the meat and trim and do all the process. Is something smoked. So that's when I got in, and I was behind. I was behind the knives. I was behind the kitchen. It was actually inspiring, especially for me. The way they are passionate upon. So when he started, you know, most when you start a business in Singapore, we are. You know, you want to give up. So the way he was so passionate and wanted this to work, when he wanted to make this work. So it really helped when they saw him building himself, from his grandmother's house, you know. So when he started working and he told himself, I'm going to make this work. So it helped a lot of people, because also with posting on social media, they see his journey, and then they see, okay, you know what, from nothing I can actually build something. So I think Leo is with that, because now so many people are inspired to also start from nothing.
After COVID, so this thing, ukuthola this thing yangenza ngibe calm, ngenza into engiyithandayo. So and ngabona ukuthi this thing ngiyenza umsebenzi, so sekuwumsebenzi for me, and then ngifuna ukuthi ngicreate more jobs ngoba ngibonile bengidependela on someone, and then nokudependela ku government sibaningi, so government akanama ideas.
We hope the stories of young people making it for themselves have encouraged you to become job creators instead of job seekers, so you can contribute to South Africa's economy. From all of us at Stories Untold, goodbye. See you next week, same place, same time.